the biggest loss prevention and risk management expenses in 2016.
We at Presynct Technologies have worked with thousands of security specialists in a wide variety of industries, from hospitals and hotels to police departments and retail malls. We continually monitor the biggest challenges facing security specialists so we can help address these issues. There are three big expenses facing your organization in 2016. Unfortunately, if you can't overcome them, there's a good likelihood you won't have a job. In the next few minutes, we'll show you exactly how big and pervasive your problem is, because what you don't know can hurt you. We'll help you calculate your estimated hidden costs. And then we'll show you some proven effective ways to resolve these challenges. Now, part of the problem is the critical role that you play for your company. You're responsible for security of personnel, physical assets, and information in both physical and digital form. You're the business leader responsible for the development, implementation, and management of your organization's physical security vision, strategy, and programs. You direct staff to identify, develop, implement, and maintain security processes across the organization to reduce risks, respond to incidents, and limit exposure to liability in all areas of financial, physical, and personal risk. And your job is getting more and more challenging. You're facing decreasing productivity, more frustrated employees, and increasingly demanding business and compliance requirements. You may think it's business as usual, but these big challenges are costing you far more than you realize. Let's look at just how much decreasing productivity is really costing you. Professionals spend 50% of their time searching for information and take 18 minutes to locate each document on average. An estimated $14,000 worth of productivity is lost per worker per year due to their inability to find the data they require to do their job. Roughly 90% of critical business information exists only on paper, and employees spend roughly 25 to 35% of their time looking for the information they need to do their jobs. The typical manager alone wastes 150 hours a year, almost an entire month, searching for lost information. Now, for someone who's earning $50,000 a year, this loss is equivalent to $3,842 annually. 3 in every 5 workers miss critical information each day, and 42% accidentally use the wrong information every week. Just the cost of filing the documents you create is costing more. The average office accrues several direct costs, including $20 in labor to file each document and $120 in labor searching for each misfiled document. And then there's all the indirect costs caused by losing 1 out of every 20 documents and then spending 25 hours to recreate each lost document. Well, what about maintaining your file records? It costs about $25,000 to fill a 4-drawer filing cabinet and over $2,100 a year to maintain it. Now, let's take a look at the real-world costs that decreasing productivity causes. I invite you to download your free worksheet and customize this for your office, but for this particular example, we're going to assume that there are 20 employees in your department. So we're going to multiply the number of employees by $14,000 to get the lost productivity cost of $280,000. We're assuming that the average office has 4 filing cabinets to maintain each year. So multiply that number by the $2,100 a year to get a total $8,400 maintenance cost. When we add those two together, the total estimated productivity cost is $288,400. You could hire a lot of people for that kind of money. These hidden costs really add up. Please download your free worksheet to calculate your own productivity cost. Now, productivity is just one of the challenges you're dealing with. Whether it's the bored guy in the field or the buried guy in the office, another huge issue facing security experts is employee frustration. So let's take a look at how much frustrated employees really cost you. The American workforce is plagued with chronically low levels of engagement and high levels of frustration. Research shows that 7 out of every 10 U.S. workers are not working to their full potential, and it's affecting American businesses way more than they realize. So what does this mean for you? Employee frustration is costing you. As frustration increases, productivity decreases. With an estimated 70% of workers not working to their full potential, employee frustration is reaching epidemic proportions that significantly affect your bottom line. Now, fortunately, 85% of engaged employees are more likely to remain with their employer. This employee retention number is important because about 1/5 of workers voluntarily leave their jobs each year. That's 20% of your workforce that you have to replace every year. And it's costly to replace employees. You can expect to spend 30 to 50% of the annual salary to replace an entry-level employee, 150% of annual salary for a mid-level employee, and as much as 400% of annual salary for a high-level employee. Keeping your employees happy, engaged, and employed really makes a difference to your bottom line. Now, security experts know that interruptions represent the majority of the job. The challenge is that interruptions often mean that important paperwork is either incomplete or lost. And the time spent per day being interrupted and then trying to refocus is estimated at 2.1 hours. The cost of managing interruptions at work to the U.S. economy is $588 billion each year. When your people are distracted, they're trying to manage multiple incidents, they're filing these reports, they've got several different contacts that they're talking to, each interruption decreases the quality of their work a little bit more. Studies show that 95% of employees experience a drop in work quality due to interruption. And employees under high levels of stress cost 40% more than the average worker. Stress can also contribute to increased instances of unethical behavior like lying to customers or taking shortcuts on work tasks. All the frustration and stress leads to more employee theft. An estimated 75% of employees steal from the workplace. 75%! 40% of what's stolen is money, 18% are products sold by your company, 6% are equipment, and 36% are office supplies. Shrinkage is really rampant. All told, employee theft accounts for roughly 43% of lost revenue in your company. That's about $18 billion annually in the United States. And 95% of all businesses experience employee theft. Businesses lose 20% of every single dollar to employee theft. Here's a simple frustration calculator to show you just how much employee frustration is costing you. You can download your free copy of this worksheet and use your own numbers to project your personal costs for your office. Now, for the purpose of this particular example, we're going to assume an average employee salary of $50,000. Once we adjust the salary for the estimated frustration index of 84.6%, you see that you're incurring $7,700 a year in frustration costs per employee. Multiply that cost times a total department of 20 employees, and you're losing $154,000 every year. Now, it's important to project your employee turnover costs too. Again, there's a free worksheet that's available for you so you can put in your true numbers and get a more accurate estimate of your costs. But let's assume that your department has 20 employees. That means that 4 of them are going to resign within the next year. So we're going to use the average employee salary of $50,000 and assume that these are all low-level employees. So it'll only cost you 30% of their salary to replace them. Well, even at the lowest projected turnover expense estimate, you're still looking at $60,000 in hidden expenses. Okay, now let's calculate the average cost of employee theft. You can download this free worksheet to calculate your expenses, but this is a really good example. So businesses lose 20% of every dollar to theft. When we multiply 20% times an annual budget of $500,000, that equates to $100,000 a year in employee theft. And it all really adds up. We add up $154,000 total frustration cost, $60,000 turnover cost, and $100,000 employee theft cost, you're looking at $314,000 as a total employee frustration expense. I know. These are really amazing expenses that most businesses aren't recognizing. They don't even track them, but they're very, very real. And increasingly, they're coming under your area of responsibility. Now, I know it's not pretty. I promise I'm going to show you a solution very shortly. But we need to cover the third and final big expense that's facing security experts in 2016. And it's the cost of business and compliance requirements. So let's take a look at how much business and compliance requirements are really costing you. The cost of compliance is on the rise. Compliance includes all of your efforts to ensure that your organization is abiding by both industry regulations as well as government legislation. And every single department gets a piece of the regulation compliance pie. Your work provides valuable insight and documentation for things like tax preparation, legal concerns, human resources information, insurance claims, business and finance insights. Well, let's take a look at some of the hidden regulatory compliance costs, because over the past several years, several think tanks and market-related organizations have released reports that have given the United States very low grades when it comes to red tape, bureaucracy, and the cost of complying with regulations. In 2010, public policy researchers estimated that regulatory compliance can cost as much as $7,000 annually per employee. Well, a 2013 report indicates that small businesses pay even more in per employee regulatory costs. Firms with fewer than 20 employees pay an average of $10,585 per employee, compared with $7,755 for those with 500 or more employees. Just paying your corporate taxes costs you time. United States businesses have to dedicate an average of 175 hours to preparing, filing, and paying their taxes each year. Our research shows that companies that do incidence reports by hand spend an average of 40 minutes per incidence report. There are lots of hidden compliance costs that are very easy to overlook. Expert Julie Stitch says, employers need to devote significant time and energy to maintain compliance with the law. The extensive amounts of data that employers are required to collect can take hours of labor and require complex IT infrastructures. The process has meant a cost increase for many, especially smaller organizations. But it's not just the government regulations you have to contend with. You also need to prepare for Mother Nature. Deloitte's 2015 Compliance Trends Survey estimates that 70% of today's businesses will fail within 3 weeks if they suffer a catastrophic loss of paper-based records due to fire or flood. And unfortunately, 25% of businesses will experience some kind of catastrophic loss. And then there's the insurance claims and the legal issues that you have to deal with. Just one recent slip and fall incident at the Omni Hotel cost $20,000. 40% of small businesses are going to file a claim within the next 10 years. So let's calculate the average cost of compliance. Again, you can download your free worksheet and fill in your own numbers. We're going to take the $7,000 employee compliance cost estimate and multiply that times the 20 employees at our sample company. This company is paying $140,000 in employee compliance costs. Now, assuming that the average cost of an insurance claim is $20,000 and you pay for 2 claims a year, that's $40,000. So overall, the cost of compliance for this particular example is $180,000. Again, please take the time to download the worksheets and fill in your own numbers, but you get an idea that compliance requirements are secretly costing you plenty. Now, we just calculated your hidden productivity costs. We looked at what employee frustration is truly costing you. We also estimated your cost for compliance. But what are these challenges costing you personally? They cost you time. You just can't get everything done that needs to get done. It leaves you trapped in an endless work cycle you can't get on top of. They cost you respect. It's harder to get cooperation from other departments. Even your direct reports start to doubt your ability to be an effective leader, causing higher employee frustration and turnover. It's costing you your health. The stress, irritation, and overwhelm caused by out-of-control work requirements can cause long-term health issues that impact every aspect of your life and your family's life. Well, what would it be like in your life today if you could improve productivity? What if you could quickly engage employees so they have a lot less frustration? What if you could quickly and easily address business and compliance requirements, even anticipate them? How would you be perceived by your senior management if you got a handle on all three of these hidden challenges? How would that change your stress level? How would it change your life? How would it change how you feel about just going into the office every day? Well, we've shared estimated costs with you, and by all means, use our free worksheets to calculate your own costs. But you've got a pretty good idea of just how big these three hidden challenges are going to be for you in 2016. Fortunately, there is a solution. In the next 15 minutes, I'll show you how to improve productivity so you instantly increase revenue for your department and your company. How to make your employees' jobs easier and more interesting so you reduce turnover and increase results, whether they work in the office or in the field. How to quickly and easily create relevant reports for management so you're known as a proactive and informed leader. How to solve key problems with increased visibility so you eliminate redundant work, save time, and are valued for your insight. How to automatically maintain compliance so you're a valued resource to other departments in your organization as well as with your management. This solution is already working for many companies in the public safety, hospitality, security, retail, healthcare, and many other industries as well. Thousands of your peers and colleagues have found a simple solution that addresses all of these top challenges. These security experts improve productivity with software that creates a centralized database of all incidents reports, so you always know what's happening. It provides the most updated copies, so you're on top of the latest information. It's accessible from anywhere, so you can work in the field as easily as at your desk. It's safe and secure, so you never lose or misplace paperwork. It creates fast, flexible reporting, allowing you to identify trends and anticipate problems. One police department project manager says, Presynct field reporting took us paperless with automated workflow, forms-based data entry, data validation within the forms, and RMS integration. Data not captured in RMS is now available electronically. The return on investment was about 9 months, with personnel savings of over $300,000 a year. Presynct helps you improve productivity so you instantly increase revenue for your department and company. Now you can also reduce employee frustration and increase employee retention with software that allows employees to save incomplete documents so they never have to start from scratch again. It ensures employees always have the most current version, which improves collaboration within your department and across the company. It reduces employee training time through an intuitive interface that ensures quick and easy implementation. It offers convenience and ease of use, so employees have less stress and enjoy their jobs more. It improves performance, so your team gets more done in less time. One patrol officer says, this product saves a ton of time. I used to have to go into my office, boot up my computer, type the incident into all the right forms, then save it, print it, and turn it in. Well, with Presynct, that's eliminated. I just go to NoteMate on my phone, I punch in my codes, I write the report right at the scene. I immediately upload the report to the server for the sergeant's approval, and I'm done. That's all there is to it. Presynct makes your employees' jobs easier and more interesting, so you reduce turnover and increase results, whether they work in the office or in the field. You can also generate relevant reports with software that allows you to sort by multiple variables and time frames to generate custom forms. It tracks workflow, so you always know where projects are and who's working on what. It integrates management reporting for statistical analysis with charts or graphs. It'll mark reports confidential when only authorized users should be viewing sensitive data. It creates a professional image with your logo. You can also customize report layouts with business rules for illustrating a high level of excellence. One landscaping company CEO says, "Efficiency and happy clients. What more could you ask for?" Our account managers sign on to Presynct in the field using Galaxy tablets, write their reports, and communicate real-time reports back to customer service right from the field. Customer service now gets information to our clients in record time. We have vastly improved internal communications with Presynct. Presynct helps you quickly and easily create relevant reports for management so you're known as a proactive and informed leader. You can also quickly solve problems with software that lets you look at things like distinct locations, individual departments or divisions, different cities. It's all configured at install, allowing for data separation within a large organization or region. Searchable database feature allows you to identify trends and anticipate future needs. Reports are distributed electronically using a configurable distribution matrix and email links or attachments, creating a green, paperless environment where everything's easy to find. Your employees can easily work from the field, home, or office, so you maintain public and corporate visibility and reassurance. Each person with access is visible in the system, so you know what they're working on, what needs approval, and who has been notified. One hotel security director says Presynct's electronic distribution means that our property managers get access to data in real time. All our hotels are using the same forms. We've created standardization. Now we get a full picture rather than just the tip of the iceberg. Presynct helps you solve key problems with increased visibility, so you eliminate redundant work, save time, and are valued for your insight. In fact, one of our clients noticed that kitchen accidents were increasing. Being able to see the trend enabled our client to get management approval for increased training, which solved the problem, saved a lot of money, and made our client look like a superstar. You can also automatically maintain compliance with software that allows role-based access and authentication, which ensures that appropriate security levels and permissions are enforced. Fully supported cloud-based solution eliminates catastrophic business impact. Incidence reports are entered into one centralized database, so information is never lost or misplaced or incomplete. All data is encrypted to ensure security and privacy of your confidential information. You can leverage the redaction expunge feature to maintain confidentiality while quickly generating reports for insurance, security, business, legal compliance, or management. One police chief says, "We needed a comprehensive web-based system that can transfer incidents data to other agencies, and dollar for dollar, Presynct On Demand was the best choice." With Presynct, we have a record of all reportable incidences, from petty theft to homicide, and by backing it up locally and saving it remotely, our files are safe in case of a catastrophe. Presynct helps you automatically maintain compliance, so you're a valued resource to other departments in your organization as well as your management. Now you can enjoy a free 30-day trial of Presynct Technologies' award-winning on-demand software. You get access to demo videos that show you how to start using the software today, including how to create and generate reports, how to reject or modify a report, how to search through reports, how to use the daily log feature so you see what your employees are doing throughout the day and see where there are efficiencies to be had. It also shows you how to use the redaction expunge feature to keep confidentiality. There's an overview function demo that shows you everything that's capable of the system. There's how to create new forms and also how to create mobile forms. You get access to custom template creator so you can add your logo, organize data fields the way you like them, and have your team writing reports in no time. You get mobile-ready templates to leverage the power and flexibility of remote reporting. You also get an easy-to-use interface that your team can very quickly master from every device. You get cloud-based data storage so you don't lose information. You get a workflow solution that seamlessly integrates with your regular daily activities. You also get the approval rejection process, which makes it really easy to stay on top of projects. Document auditing allows you to see just how far along your staff is with different projects so you can help resolve any outstanding issues. The search feature makes it easy to identify trends and problem areas so you can quickly fix them, saving time, money, and frustration. The archive feature eliminates the need for file cabinets and filing, so you save time and avoid misplaced or lost documents. Your peers love the savings. I see an immediate savings of money and time. There will be an overall 90% reduction in paper. I believe the Presynct product has improved our ability to not only be more accurate, but also more efficient. We're saving time and money and keeping officers in the field. Your peers find Presynct easy to use and integrate with day-to-day processes. Frankly, I'll admit I was a little nervous about making the change. People resist change, and this was a really big one for our department. But being able to use our department's existing Microsoft Word forms made the transition a breeze. It takes no effort. It looks like a regular report that he or she is used to writing. It'll ultimately be way less paper and less manual input into the record system. Now, when you add up all of the examples that we covered for hidden productivity cost, employee frustration cost, employee turnover cost, employee theft losses, and compliance cost, it adds up to $782,400 in hidden losses and expenses. Now, Presynct's clients track the average time for incident reports is only 15 minutes when they use the on-demand software, as opposed to 40 minutes when they do incident reports by hand. That alone is a 62.5% savings. Now, you know what your time is worth, and you know how much time your employees are having to waste. What kind of value do you put on recapturing over 60% of the time spent filling in forms? Well, Presynct clients have projected that they save at least $15,500 for every 1,000 reports completed using the Presynct software. Now, we've shown you how Presynct software addresses the hidden expenses of employee productivity, frustration, retention, and compliance. So what if you could reduce those hidden expenses by 20%? That's a conservative estimate, but using our examples, that represents over $150,000 a year to your bottom line. Your investment is just $9.95 a month per user to take advantage of the award-winning Presynct on-demand software. Now you can enjoy a free 30-day trial of Presynct Technologies on-demand software. You can start enjoying the savings right now. You can enjoy the convenience immediately. You can start enjoying your subordinate smiles and all the compliments that you get from senior management. You can also get ahead of the 3 biggest hidden expenses. For a limited time, you can take advantage of the 2015 pricing before subscription rates increase to $20 per month per user. You can start solving your biggest 2016 problems right now.
Lock in your 50% discount now, and we'll waive the setup fee too. That's a $500 savings just for trying Presynct free for 30 days. Register here now to receive your 30-day risk-free trial of Presynct's on-demand software. Click the button below right now, and if you have any questions, you can schedule a call with one of our top software experts. We'll get all your questions resolved while you enjoy the software free for 30 days. Now you know the 3 biggest loss prevention and risk management expenses for 2016 and how you can reduce your risk right away. Remember, click the button below and register now to enjoy Presynct On Demand free for 30 days.